Shazam? Like, Shazam?
Shazam was released in 2019 as part of the DC Extended Universe. It obviously has a different tone and style than other DCEU films. Whereas the other films in the DCEU are darker and more serious, Shazam is more lighthearted and fun, with a focus on the story's comedic aspects. Before we go any further, be sure to hit that subscribe button, that way you stay up to date on all our latest videos. The storyline of Shazam is more family-friendly and relatable, as it revolves around a teenage boy who gains superpowers and learns how to use them responsibly. The message of the film is one of self-discovery and finding one's place in the world, which makes it more relatable to a wider audience. Shazam has a distinct visual style that features vibrant colors and a more playful aesthetic. The film also has an 80s vibe, with references to classic 80s movies and music. The story follows Billy Batson, a teenage orphan who gains the ability to transform into an adult superhero, Shazam, by saying the word Shazam. Shazam delves into a variety of topics, including family, identity, friendship, and the consequences of our actions. The film emphasizes the importance of family and the various forms it can take. Billy's an orphan who spends the entire film looking for his biological mother. However, he eventually realizes that his foster family, whom he has been avoiding, is the family he needed all along. Billy struggles with feelings of abandonment and estrangement from his biological family. Throughout the film, he comes to appreciate the value the relationships he forms with his foster siblings and foster parents. These relationships assist him in discovering his true identity, which eventually leads to his transformation into the superhero Shazam. The theme of family is also emphasized by the character of Dr. Savannah, the film's antagonist, who has a strained relationship with his own family. He was bullied by his older brother and ridiculed by his father as a child, which made him bitter and resentful. Savannah's obsession with discovering Shazam's power stems from his desire to prove himself to his family and gain their respect. This desire, however, leads him down a destructive path, ultimately causing him to lose everything he has ever cared about. Billy's and Savannah's opposing experiences highlight the importance of family in shaping one's character and values. Billy's foster family gives him a sense of love and support, allowing him to grow and develop into a responsible young adult. Savannah's dysfunctional family dynamics shape him into a power-hungry villain willing to give up everything for personal gain. The theme of family in Shazam emphasizes the idea that family is more than just blood relations, but also the people who unconditionally love and support us. It demonstrates how a positive and nurturing family environment can help people grow and overcome adversity, whereas a negative and toxic family dynamic can lead to destructive behavior and the destruction of relationships. The theme of family is prevalent and significant in many films. While many films explore this theme, some notable examples that can be compared and contrasted with Shazam include The Incredibles, Coco, and Little Miss Sunshine. Both The Incredibles and Shazam are about families with superpowers. The Parr family in The Incredibles is made up of superheroes who are forced to hide their abilities in order to conform to societal expectations, whereas in Shazam, the foster family that protagonist Billy Batson joins is made up of several children who each have unique abilities. Both films examine the complexities of family dynamics, such as the difficulties of raising children with special needs and the value of trust and communication. Coco and Little Miss Sunshine, on the other hand, deal with more traditional family structures. Coco is a Pixar film about a young boy named Miguel who travels to the land of the dead to learn the truth about his family's history and the reason for their long-standing ban on music. The film emphasizes the value of family traditions and the ability of music to bring people together. Similarly, Little Miss Sunshine follows a dysfunctional family on a road trip to enter their youngest daughter, Olive, in a beauty pageant. Within the context of a family unit, the film explores themes of individuality and acceptance. While these films all deal with the theme of family in different ways, they all have one thing in common. They all investigate the complexities and challenges of family relationships. These films remind us that family is an essential part of the human experience, whether it's navigating the unique challenges of raising children with superpowers or dealing with the more relatable struggles of everyday life. Identity. Shazam delves into the concept of identity and the struggle to discover one's true self. Throughout the film, Billy struggles with his identity, trying to figure out who he is and where he belongs. He must also deal with the responsibilities that come with being a superhero, as well as reconcile his actions as Billy and Shazam. When he receives powers, he initially uses them for personal gain and fame, but he soon realizes that being a hero entails more than just having superpowers. Shazam realizes he can use his powers to protect his new family and help others, and he accepts his role as a superhero. Dr. Savannah, on the other hand, is conflicted about his role as a villain. He was constantly belittled and made to feel inferior by his family family as a child, and he has spent his entire life trying to prove his worth. When he learns about the wizard Shazam and his abilities, he becomes obsessed with obtaining them for himself. His desire for power, however, eventually leads him down a destructive path, and he becomes consumed by his desire for vengeance against those who have wronged him. In the end, both characters realize that their true identity is defined by their actions and choices, not by their abilities or past experiences. Dr. Sivana learns that his true worth is determined not by the opinions of others, but by his own actions and choices. And Shazam realizes that being a hero is about using his powers for the greater good. The film implies that true identity comes from within, and that it is up to each individual to define themselves based on their own values and beliefs. The theme of identity is a popular one in film, and many films explore this concept in various ways. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is a film that explores similar themes. The film follows Miles Morales, a teenager who gains abilities and must learn to balance his responsibilities as a superhero with his everyday life. The film, like Shazam, explores the concept of discovering one's true identity and the importance of family. The Dark Knight is another film that deals with the theme of identity. While the film is primarily about Batman's battle with the Joker, it also explores the concept of identity through the character of Harvey Dent. Dent plays a district attorney who transforms into Two-Face after a tragic accident, and the film explores his struggle to accept his new identity. The film Black Panther deals with identity issues. The film follows T'Challa, the king of Wakanda, as he struggles with his leadership responsibilities and his own personal identity. The film delves into the conflict between tradition and innovation, as well as the concept of community. While each of these films approaches the theme of identity in a unique way, they all share a common thread in their examination of the struggle to balance multiple identities and the importance of discovering one's true self. Friendship. The film demonstrates the value of friendship and the impact it can have on people's lives. Billy develops a close relationship with his foster brother Freddy, who assists him in adjusting to his new life as a superhero. In the final battle, Billy's foster siblings come to his aid to help defeat the villain, emphasizing the importance of friendship. Billy realizes that true power comes not from physical strength, but from friendship bonds. He uses his abilities to protect those he cares about, which leads to his victory over Dr. Sivana. Overall, the film emphasizes the value of friendship in our lives and how it can help us overcome obstacles. Now, when comparing the theme of friendship in Shazam with other films, let's briefly look at the following. A group of young friends embark on a treasure hunt to save their homes from foreclosure in the Goonies. As the kids stick together and help each other overcome obstacles, the theme of friendship is prominent throughout the film. Also, in Stand By Me, a group of friends embarks on a journey to find a deceased body, and their bond is strengthened as they overcome obstacles along the way. And Harry forms a close bond with his friends Ron and Hermione as they work together to discover the truth about the Sorcerer's Stone and defeat Voldemort in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The importance of friendship is central throughout the film, as it is in Shazam. While Shazam was generally well received by audiences and critics, no film is perfect. There were a few flaws and weaknesses, and here's one. The pace. Shazam got off to a slow start with the first act, focusing on establishing Billy Batson's character and backstory. While this was necessary for character development, it led to a rushed second act in which the film had to cram in a lot of action and plot points in a short amount of time. At times, this made the film feel unbalanced and disjointed, with some scenes feeling rushed or incomplete. The pacing becomes more erratic when Billy transforms into Shazam. The film attempts to balance the comedic and dramatic elements of the story, which results in a number of tonal shifts that may be off-putting to some people. The future. We still haven't heard if Zachary Levi's Shazam will be part of the new DCU. This is what Levi had to say in an interview with Screen Rant. "I've known Peter Safran for years because he's my boss," said Levi. "He's now my boss, but he's been my boss as my producer. And I've known James for years and been a fan of his work for years. I think he's a visionary kind of guy. He really understands world building, and I trust that they're going to come up with some really cool avenues and directions for all of them. Not just Shazam and the Shazamly, but all the characters within DCU to go live really cool lives and make cool movies. And wherever they collide me into them, I will be stoked." Despite the fact that Fury of the Gods is expected to earn significantly less than the original during its opening weekend, Levi expressed optimism about Shazam's future. DC Studios co-CEOs Peter Safran and James Gunn have already announced the first wave of titles for their new DC universe, and the slate does not currently include a third Shazam film. New projects include Superman Legacy, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and others. On Twitter, Shazam director David F. Sandberg had this to say when asked about Shazam's future in the new DCU. "He definitely won't if people don't go see the movie. What I've been told is that there's nothing in the Shazam films that contradict the future plans for DC, so the possibility for more Shazam is there, and if that's what you want, your best bet is to go see the film." What do you think? Should Zachary Levi continue as Shazam in the new DCU, or should Shazam be recast? What did you think of Shazam and Shazam Fury of the Gods? Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.